Mo Africa, we'd like to welcome you back to another episode of The Money Revolution. This is the podcast for you to get empowered through the sharing of information and ideas about how money really works. I will once again be your host, Masijela Wagamantu, and we are very excited for today's episode as we continue our dissections of interesting money issues that we are seeing in the media space with our guest and co-host Ghost Money.
Greetings to the viewers. How are you, Mr. Chele?
I'm doing okay, and how are you?
Good week.
Had an awesome week.
Yeah.
Very interesting topics to dissect today. I'm very excited.
Yeah. No, fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
I think let's get into it. We've heard rumors, and I think this is very important. This is an article that I saw circulating on my social media, talking about South Africa's new retirement age rules that are coming in by the 10th of July 2025. This is the heading of the article that I'm seeing. So the question is, who is affected, and also what are we supposed to expect? It's very interesting here, Ghost Money. It's saying that South Africa is set to implement significant changes to its retirement age regulations effective from the July the 10th. So the 10th for 2025. This is from
a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it's backdated.
Yeah.
It's backdated.
This rumor is still doing the rounds, actually.
Yeah.
And just to be clear with the viewers, National Treasury has confirmed that there have been no regulations
that have been
published of a retirement age being changed.
Increased, yeah.
And also in South Africa, the retirement age is not set by government, but by individual companies and individual pension funds. However, why I find the story interesting,
very interesting,
is because it does fit in with a global trend of countries that have already increased
their retirement
age.
Okay.
And just to mention a few,
yeah,
Iceland, Israel, Norway, Canada, Germany, Belgium, Spain, the UK. These countries have all increased their retirement age
in recent times. Okay.
In very recent times.
Yeah.
Viewers may also remember the massive riots in France. During around about the COVID years.
In Paris in particular.
Where literally hundreds of thousands of people
were in the streets.
And there were clashes with the police. What viewers may not be aware of is that those French protesters were protesting against an increase in the retirement age.
Yeah.
So although National Treasury in South Africa is saying this is just a rumor,
it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I think there's no smoke without fire.
Definitely.
There is no smoke without fire. And they're probably just testing the public sentiment because they've seen the violent outburst in other countries.
Different countries,
you know. But in South Africa, I think that the response is going to be quite different.
Yeah. Why do you think that is the case? Because I know that currently our retirement age is between the ages of 55 and 60?
60 is our official retirement age.
Yes.
So early retirement in South Africa is 55.
Okay.
Early retirement.
Okay.
And you get penalized for taking early retirement, so a portion of your pension gets cut off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I think it would be, the response of the public would be different.
Yeah.
We are a jobs-starved country. Whereas most of these countries I've mentioned, the Northern Hemisphere countries, an 18-year-old finishes school, he gets a job within a month. He gets a job at a fish factory, gets a job at a restaurant. Jobs are easy to come by. We are a jobs-starved country. So when you say to someone, we're going to force you to keep earning income for longer, it's like, okay.
The outlook is not the same.
It's like, okay. The French have got a reputation for being some of the most leisurely Europeans. you know,
very flamboyant,
Yes.
very, you know how the French are, and they always dressed up very nicely.
Yeah.
They
it's the
have
coffee
swag.
shops in the street.
Yeah.
You know, it's that whole lifestyle, cafe culture. They love the museum culture.
Yeah.
So the French have got a reputation for being very leisurely oriented. They holiday a lot all over the world. So for them, it's a very different message.
Yeah.
When you say we're gonna force you to stay in the office for another 2 years, they were like, hell no. You see.
So I'm wondering, right? So as you've mentioned, the fact that here in South Africa our unemployment rate is quite high.
It is 34%.
And obviously that impacts how people would view such a suggestion from government, if it is indeed true, right? And like you mentioned, there's absolutely no smoke without fire.
There's no smoke without fire.
Normally, with these kind of changes, the government would sort of like prime us and say, okay, no, here's an article. Let's see what the discourse is around the public, around this suggestion that we are making. And then eventually we get to a point where now they say, okay, here's a law. So how should we think about it from a monetary perspective? Because you should remember, here at the Money Revolution, we dissect
That's our focus.
these kind of issues, and we try and bring them back to how they impact our pockets, how they impact our outlook on investments, on the currency, on money printing, on these different types of topics.
And that's exactly where I think we should go with this conversation. Because why are the countries that I've mentioned increasing the retirement age?
Okay.
You see, viewers need to understand how retirement, how the retirement industry works. You start working at the age of 20, 21, 22, 23. You contribute to a retirement fund all your working life. And the deal between you as the employee and the retirement fund is that I'm going to contribute every month from my salary
a certain percentage of
a
your
certain
salary.
percentage. And when I get to the age of 60, you as the retirement fund, you're going to pay me a certain proportion of my final average salary. So if my final average salary was 1.5 million a year, then maybe my pension will come out as R1 million a year. You'll get some percentage of whatever your final average salary was. And so that's the deal that you enter into with the pension fund. So that necessarily means the many people that are entering the job market. Remember, along the way, some people die. The population gets smaller and smaller as you go to the higher and higher ages. There's few old people and there's many young people. So it's a subsidy system. The many young people who are contributors are subsidizing the few old people that are receiving the pension out.
The ones that have essentially gone out of the pension system and are now receiving the payout.
Exactly. You see. So what happens then is, if they're increasing the retirement age, there's a message there that our viewers need to be very aware of. What is the message? The message that these countries that are raising retirement age are sending to all of us is that as the economy currently stands, there is not going to be enough money to pay the pensioners from the money that's coming in from the contributors.
The contributors, the people within the workforce at the current moment.
So we need people to work a little bit longer and contribute for a little bit longer and delay their withdrawing a little bit longer. It's a balancing act. We should be very worried when they're changing retirement age. Very worried. Because it's not about whether you have a leisurely lifestyle or the unemployment rate is high. It's an indication that the pension system is broken and that they're trying to fix it by making people delay their withdrawals.
No, that's very deep, and it's a bit scary in a sense. And how should I think about it if I'm a young guy? I'm in my 30s or late 30s. I'm progressing very well in my career, and my outlook on retirement is still a little bit further down the line. I don't have to think about retirement in the next 10 years or next 5 years, right? How should I be looking at a change like this?
You know, young people don't realize how time flies. And 10 years goes by so quickly. And you only realize this fact as you get older. That time is actually moving a lot quicker than you feel it moving.
Just the other day we were in January. Now
you know
December,
what I mean? Now it's December. Before you know it, it's going to be
5 years, 10 years.
5 years, 10 years. You know? So how I would suggest a young person digests this information. Number one, you must know that the old system of pensions looking after your old age is gone. These are the signs of it breaking. By the time you get to retirement in 30 years' time, it will be gone. It will be completely broken. It's cracking now.
As it is,
it's cracking. So a young person should say, this, according to the guys at the Money Revolution, they told me that this is a crack in the system. It means I'm not going to be able to depend on a pension. So you need to start creating your own wealth. Get a piece of land. Get a goat or a cow. And let that herd of animals multiply. Start accumulating silver and gold. Start building up a base of assets that have got meaningful value, other than the paper cash that I see is on your table. These little paper notes that you use at the shop to buy bread. If a young person should understand that system is crumbling before us, and by the time they get to retirement, it will be gone.
Be there.
So start preparing. Start raising animals, chickens, things that multiply just through a natural course
of life.
Gold and silver, things that appreciate in value as the monetary system collapses.
And just on that point, Ghost Money, I want to say that part of the reason why we started this whole project and this whole podcast and why we are here is to make people aware of the fact that the monetary system as it's built now, it's built to crumble. Like the only place it's going is the graveside. That is something that you should be aware of. And it's a matter of when. It's not a matter of if or if not or whatnot. It's a matter of when. So I totally agree with what you're saying, particularly for the young generation. Make sure that you protect yourself with assets. Here at the Money Revolution, we advocate for the ownership of gold and silver as the baseline of your portfolio, and ensuring that you accumulate those two. You'll put yourself in a very, very, very awesome position for when you eventually get to an age where you want to retire.
There's another dimension I'd like our viewers to appreciate about this rumor. I'm still calling it a rumor. But because it's playing itself out internationally, there's no smoke without fire.
Definitely.
What it also signals, if pension funds are increasing the retirement age, or if governments are increasing the retirement age, we've already mentioned the fact that it means that the pension fund reserves are under stress.
They're depleting slowly.
Now, do you remember in one of the previous episodes we talked about who buys government bonds? We said it's your banks, we said it's your insurance companies, and who?
We also said it's your pension
funds. In fact, your pension funds are one of the biggest buyers of those government bonds, because they've got the long-term horizon for retirees.
For retirement,
Now, if the pension fund's assets are under strain, what does that mean? Let's take it back to the household. Because to understand these seemingly complex issues,
you have to take it back home.
Take it back to the household. What happens when your budget starts becoming tight? How do you respond? How does your consumption, your investment behavior change?
It certainly changes, right?
It does change.
You tend to hold back a little bit, or you tend to re-strategize in a sense.
You become more risk averse. So you become a lot more cautious with what kind of investments you make. Which means, because pension funds are also investing in the stock exchange, by the way. It's not just in the bond market. They are the biggest investors on the stock exchange.
By the biggest amount of shares,
So if pension funds start becoming more risk averse, they will start to pull back from riskier investments like stock exchange. And they'll start to favor holding cash rather than investing where they are not
There's
sure.
a lot of volatility and stuff.
Because, Exactly, because their risk tolerance is becoming very tight. So when we are told that the pension age is going up, it indicates that the stress on the pension fund is increasing, which indicates that the risk tolerance is going to be suppressed. They're not going to tolerate as much risk as they did in the past. That's going to affect the markets. So if you're a young guy investing in shares and doing all these are the things that you need to be paying attention to.
Yeah, definitely, right? Because if these pension funds are no longer putting money into your equities, into your stocks, it means that the value of some of the shares that you own is going to be impacted by that.
Exactly.
Right? There's a bit of a drawback in a sense. Unlike if they are being a little bit aggressive in their acquisition, it means that the prices of those shares can be going up in value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about last week in our episode, we were talking about liquidity and the US dollar.
Yeah.
Liquidity also applies in the share market.
In the share market as well.
When liquidity dries up because the big money is becoming more risk averse, then that affects share price values. You see, because when there's no liquidity in the market, then the value of that share goes down.
Goes down as well. Yeah.
So all of these things our viewers should understand. It's not just a piece of news that the retirement age is going up. We here at the Money Revolution are peeling the layers to say, what does this look like when you peel the layer of the onion? And when you peel the next layer,
another layer,
what does it look like?
What does
when
it
you
mean?
peel the next layer, what does it look like? So this retirement age story is a big one for our audience to pay very close attention to.
No, definitely, Ghost Money. We appreciate your input. This has been quite exciting. I think I enjoy these episodes, these talks, and I'd love to see us obviously do more of these and also expand our viewers' knowledge. And Mo Africa, we appreciate you for joining us. Let's remind you to please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, hit that notification bell so that you never miss out on any of our episodes. We also encourage you to join in on the conversation by commenting in the comment section below and also giving us your own input. What do you think about this rumor about the increase in our retirement age? And also tell us what you think could be the reason for this, and also how you see it impacting you, your family, and also those that you love. We appreciate you, Mo Africa, and thank you once again. Remember, if it's paper, it will perish.